Actman versus Quantum TV. You had some thoughts. I had some thoughts.
Yeah, I just think just some things need to be addressed, and people are getting away with stupidity, and that just needs to not be a thing. There's just too many people on Ackman's side for the wrong motives, and it's very contradictory.
I'm sure there's gonna be people in the comments like bringing up all the things that they don't like about Quantum. That's not what this is about. This is about bullying, plain and simple. Everyone's trying to make this about copyright abuse and all this bullshit. I mean, there's just I don't what the fuck was Actman's thing? What was the stick up his ass in the beginning anyway? It was that Quantum was just gonna fucking take down everyone's video by like putting out copyright
Claim it's a
claim
fucking
claim on a
claim.
channel, and it's like what, he was just gonna take down every video like on the internet, like he's like got the power to do that, like yield the power of YouTube on his own. And just like in the same token, it's like Actman on the other side with all his buddies, they're all like coming out and saying, we want you off YouTube. You are going to get banned from YouTube. They're doing the same thing on the opposite side, but arguably like not going through YouTube. They're just straight up, you know, trying to tell YouTube to take them off. I just thought that was just the most disgusting fucking thing. Like, Quantum can't fucking... They were acting like Quantum was wielding all this fucking power, and then they were trying to leverage all their fucking subscribers and all their fucking power on the other side of the coin to fucking take him off. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, Quantum wasn't going to be able to take down anybody's fucking video. It was so hypocritical. It was disgusting. I was like, and everyone's like siding with Actman and all these things. Like, why are you siding with them? Ask yourself. Is it because they're really popular? Is it because they have a lot of subscribers? Do you think they're right just because they have a following? Is that how your brain works? Do you have a sense of real right and wrong? I don't know. It just really rubbed me the wrong way.
Your morals just go out the fucking window. Clearly, you're blind to your own stupidity. And the thing is, we are like Actman fans to some degree. I mean, a fan of his content.
I'm still subscribed to him. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be, but I was subscribed. I've been subscribed for a while. I really like his takes for the most part, and this is just something him and his buddies just really got wrong. I mean, you're not there to fucking bully one channel with 30 million subscribers. I mean, these guys across all their accounts is like 30 million subscribers. Like, they're all going against a guy that's got 66,000. You know, and he's not even responding to them. He's continuing to make his own videos about fucking TVs and bullshit. And they're there making all these 4 fucking videos each about him. In Actman's case, 2 hours worth of content all about Quantum. And then another thing that...
And it's mostly just talking shit about petty shit. It's not about staying on the fucking topic about the copyright thing. They'll say that for a brief second, a copyright abuser. What the fuck does that mean? That means you're just making a false claim is what they're saying. I guess that's the point. But it's funny because he's going to YouTube. He's not going to a court. He's not bringing the law into this. He's bringing YouTube into this and saying, "Hey, does this break anything? Is this illegal or anything?" But then he's acting like, "Oh, he's actually bringing me to an actual court of a real copyright thing." It's like, you're not in the same thing. This is basically like suing somebody. Everybody has the right to sue. Doesn't mean it's going to be fucking heard,
taken seriously either. Yeah,
but that's kind of how it is with doing it to YouTube. So it's like nothing was going to change. But then that whole matter, and it's funny because he never dropped it after it happened. He said, "Oh, we want him off YouTube." It's like, that's another fucking thing. It's like, now it's not about the issue at hand. It's more about, I don't like who this person is. I don't like what this guy's saying, and I want him off the internet. Which is hilarious, is because that's exactly what you don't want happening to yourself. And now you're doing it to somebody else just because you think that this is what do you call it? You can't play God in these scenarios. This is if everybody thought like Actman did, we'd go to war for the fucking stupidest reasons. We already go to the war for the stupidest reasons. But I mean, he's being one of those idiots. He's just following the crowd, which is really disheartening because I had a lot of respect for him before that, or at least I thought I did. I thought he was a reasonable person. I was hoping that, like, because I didn't know much about it before looking at his video, and I just found out he's an asshole for just trying to get him banned. Like, that's crossing a line. But,
it's just ganging up, man. It's just bullying, plain and simple. And you know what? They thought Actman and Moist and Review Tech USA, all these guys, they all thought they were, okay, they all thought they like worked at YouTube or something. So no, you're YouTube partners. You do not work at YouTube. You don't get to decide who's fucking banned. That is not your job. You don't get to fucking play God like that. I don't care what the fuck the guy's doing. That's not your place. And just Review Tech USA just coming out and like praying to the sky, saying like, "We want you banned off YouTube. You are going to get banned off of YouTube." It's like, you don't get to fucking do that to anybody. I just thought that was really stupid. And then the other thing too, nobody really brought up, but I thought was really funny. Is the whole thing about like how Quantum tried to get in contact with Actman, but he couldn't, so he talked to his mom. Actman was making it a whole thing about how he was harassing his mom or something like that, or gonna show up at their house and he was gonna have to defend his house. Like, oh, we shoot on site or something stupid. And it's like, did you really think that fucking Quantum was gonna show up at your fucking house, dumbass? Did you really think that was gonna happen, or you just fucking stirring the pot? Because
Did
that
he
was
really
really
say
fucking
shoot on
stupid.
site?
Yeah, Actman was like, yeah, we shoot on site or something like that, and like
Wasn't he?
so there
He
was
was
all
just
these.
talking. He was just talking shit on Quantum for saying making some LGBTQ threats against somebody because he didn't like the like literally the only comedy broke down was the Last of Us thing, that fucking weird scene where they're just lesbians. They just decided to make the main character a lesbian in the second one. And by the way, that game fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And that's just one aspect of it that was stupid. I don't know. They threw it in there. That's what Quantum had an issue with, and he took it too far by saying he did go a little bit on the homophobic route, I guess. I don't even call it homophobic. I don't know what to call it.
It
It's
doesn't
more
matter
like
because that's
he
not
was
what
mad
it's
because
about.
they were forcing this LGBTQ shit into video games, trying to force you to like this stuff. And yeah, I think everybody's fucking pissed off at that. I actually don't think that was a horrible take at all. Actman is no fucking saint. I mean, he's no saint. If you want to break down somebody's whole past and history and see what all the homophobic possible things you could say, everybody's got a fucking problem.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can get taken down for that shit. And if you don't want that shit being put on you, why the fuck are you doing that to Quantum? If you wouldn't want him to go back and find, and we could do that, and for petty shit, because you think what he did was petty, right? Well, he's doing petty shit back. It's the same thing. It's like, why do you have a right to ban somebody for doing? It makes no sense.
Yeah. It completely doesn't make any fucking sense. I just think it's really funny that this whole thing started with Elden Ring hot takes. Ackman's video on Elden Ring
Oh,
hot
yeah,
takes, and by the way,
yeah.
we did a video about why we didn't buy Elden Ring. Quantum wasn't that far off. I mean, I think he was on point with his fucking review, and just people just didn't fucking like it. I just think it's hilarious that like Ackman's essentially dying on that hill, and this all started because of dumbass Elden Ring. What the fuck is that about? That's a real stupid fucking way to go out.
He also has a right to not like the game. And it's
Yeah.
weird because this dumbass community, and I will say it, it's just not dumbass community. I don't know. Not every Elden Ring person that likes Elden Ring genuinely is a problem. There are just people in that group, and there's a lot of them. I don't know why these people exist, but they need your approval to like their game. They're more concerned about that than playing their game and having fun playing it. They need you to like it too. And these are the people that he's talking about. These people are toxic. He's like, what? It's like go if you like being abuse victims, like he said, and like I totally agree with that logic. I don't want to die 1,000 times for no reason because the game's got to me it's got to give me something more than just that. And if you like that, then that's your game. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just trying to. It's not everybody's 10 out of 10. Let's just
Yeah,
say
absolutely
that.
not. The recent one they did about fucking Quantum that got banned, him, Moist, and all these other guys were in that video and took part of that video. And to me, it's like, I think YouTube's making an example out of the Actman here by demonetizing him and potentially banning him here. But honestly, those other guys need some suspensions too because they participated full well in this, knowing that it was wrong, and then they have way bigger followings than even the fucking Actman. I mean, Moist has got a fucking 10 million subscriber account. You don't get to have dumbass takes like that when you have that big of a fucking following. You don't get to fucking play God like that. You don't get to do that. You don't get to make the rules. You don't get to fucking do that. And he's another guy that I'm subscribed to. I've liked his takes for a long time. I don't think he's a bad person, but in this case, I mean, him and his friends are dead fucking wrong.
Yeah, I just think when you're in that position, you have like a responsibility when you're influencing your fans to like bully other channels, which clearly that's what his intention was. But if you were a reasonable person, you would call them out and be like, "This is too far." And I would have liked to have seen that from Actman, and that would have been a lot more redeeming. I think you're obviously entitled to your opinion of somebody else, and if you disagree, that's fine. The problem we're having is that he took it a step further, and he's trying to get him banned. Like
Yeah.
that's the issue where the issue lies. I don't care if he disagrees. I don't care. I don't agree with everything Quantum thinks, but I think fucking Actman take was a shit take, which is ironic. His take on fucking Quantum is the fucking shittiest take of all,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
And him wanting to get quantum ban, and then he ends up being the one that's demonetized and potentially going to get banned here. It's just funny. It's funny to me. It's like it's YouTube with a giant power play saying, you work for us, with us or not at all. And so he's if he gets banned, this is entirely on him. Because he poked the fucking bear. He bit the hand that fucking fed him. And like, why is he poking at YouTube? YouTube gave him his fucking lavish fucking lifestyle. I mean, the guy's got 1.5 million subs. I'm sure he drives a nice fucking car. He's got money, clearly. I mean, it's just like at that point he's got to. And it's just like, life's pretty fucking good. Why the fuck is he biting the hand that feeds him? That's been feeding him really goddamn well for a long time now. Just fucking stupid. Just really stupid. And if you guys have seen his recent fucking posts, and his community posts on his YouTube page, I mean, he's still going at YouTube saying, no, we're not giving up. He's still like fighting back. It's like, dude, you're not winning this shit. And even YouTube, they said whenever they made their decision about them not banning quantum and all that shit, they said, hey, you can get a phone call with us, but that's not going to change our decision because they draw the fucking line in the sand. They have the final fucking say. YouTube does, not fucking Actman. He's fighting a losing fucking battle. He's really going to die on this fucking hill over quantum TV, just an Elden Ring hot take. I mean, that's how this all started. Please. Yeah, he deserves to get banned at that point if he's that dumb.
Let me be very clear. I don't give a fuck who likes me or dislikes me on this platform, but we need to draw a clear line between dislike and mobilizing your influence out of hatred. And that's what he is doing. And the fact that the Quartering and Phil DeFranco can't see through this speaks to their incompetency, because any real reporter would have reached out to me and saw all of this. They refuse to do their journalism or their journalistic integrity part and make sure they're getting both sides of the story.